Roman Hawke might just be the most insane TikToker slash OF creator that I have seen on this website. From scamming their audience for fursuits to their bearded dragon to a heap of other things that I probably can't say this early in the video for monetization purposes, especially because my last video got age restricted, which was lovely. Apparently, posting videos of your 4-year-old daughter shaking her butt for a bunch of weird-ass grown men is perfectly fine, but when I sit there and say that that's probably not the best idea, oh no, you cannot say that! Don't you dare chastise this fine, gentle madam. Whatever, that's off topic. Sorry about that. But either way, be sure to subscribe to the channel to heal my anger and no one gets hurt. I'll tell you who did get hurt though. Roman Hawke's bearded dragon, the actual topic of today's video, so let's get into that. So Roman Hawke, if you don't know them directly, you probably recognize them from this really famous song they made about their bearded dragon. It was just a wee short, we'll play it right now.
Excuse me, her name is Margo. Now Margo or Mango was Fargo. Yeah, someone said Wells Fargo. Like, her name is Margo.
There you go. This is like classic TikTok that blows you up into stardom sort of thing. It's completely random, doesn't really make any sense, but low-key bangs. Like, you're watching it and you can sort of realize if you've been on the internet for any amount of time, like, yeah, I understand why this went viral, and you know what? It's fine. Like, it's whatever. I'm not angry at it. It's cool little jam. Cool little jam about an obscure pet that deserves a lot of love, right? Margo is a G. Now, Margo was like Roman Hawke's signature anime finishing move, right? They'd show Margo all the time on the TikTok because, you know, it's simple sense, right? The viral TikTok included Margo, so make more content capitalizing off of that virality and the video that did well, right? It's like YouTube, TikTok, Internet 101. First one does well, you do a sequel. And that does well, so you do another one, and another one, and another one. And then you end up with 11 Ash Trevino videos on your channel. But whatever, right? Let's have a look at some more Margo.
On the beat, so it's not nice. So big, word, Lord.
So Margo's thing was that he was fat. He's like a lazy comic relief character in the early noughties, right? Their entire joke, the entire thing about them is that they're fat and overweight and like they fart a lot, I guess. And Roman Hawke exploited this aspect of Margo's character a lot, right? This is like their whole thing. Oh, Margo's looking real fat today. And this all leads up to the pivotal moment where Margo is, well, Margo's dead now. Margo's no longer, you know, on the planet. Well, I mean, their ashes might be, but that's a whole nother topic in this video that we'll get into because, I mean, surprisingly enough, they have managed to make controversy out of a dead bearded dragon's ashes. So this tubby little funster sadly passed away, and the reason that a lot of people have assumed it passed away was because of its weight, which has led to a lot of natural speculation that Roman Hawke wasn't treating it well, which led to his death. Or her death. I don't know. Margo's sort of intersexy. I don't know what. I've never met a bloke called Margo. Margo is like, that's a woman's name, surely, right? It's what Gru's daughter, adopted daughter, is called in Despicable Me. That's the only Margo that I know, IRL.
This is what a normal bearded dragon looks like. And this is what Roman Hawke's bearded dragon looked like when it died. I mean, the negligence. This was overfeeding like it was a toy for clout. Look at the gut on this thing. It should not have a fat gut like that. Look at the tail. That's a fat tail. It even has fat under its arms. This was chronic negligence. This was not an accident. And all the money that this person made for the clout. Look at that. That's like a sack of potato. No lizard should die like this. Not to mention the piercings that this thing ate and supposedly ripped its uterus. What? Do lizards even have uteruses? And a lot of people were mentioning to Roman that this thing was overweight. Margo was overweight, but he didn't listen. She didn't listen. They just kept making videos. This thing must have been in pain and hurting for months. This was cruelty.
So there you go. That's the popular opinion at the minute, is that Roman Hawke killed their bearded dragon by overfeeding it and abusing it until it, you know, died of being fat. Now, look, in regards to all of that, I'm not exactly too sure how much truth there is to it. I am not a bearded dragon analyst expert. I don't know if there are some bearded dragons that have issues the same way that humans have that make them more susceptible to gaining weight. I'm sure if they did, then Roman Hawke would have brought that up for sympathy or just to sort of divert attention or blame away from them. So I'm sure that Margo in particular didn't. I will also say that Margo's weight wasn't really a point of contention until Margo died, so it's not entirely fair to act as though Roman Hawke was just ignoring all of the people sort of, I guess, warning them of Margo's potential death. Maybe there were a couple of passing comments on, you know, comment sections and stuff talking about Margo's fatness, but from what I can tell, the majority of the discourse started after, you know, post-mortem. Now, I'm not entirely clued up on the ethics of owning an animal that is severely overweight. It's not something something that I've put a lot of thought into. On the surface, it does seem like something that is rather negligent. Do people generally consider owners of like fat cats or fat dogs to be arseholes as well? I genuinely don't know. But either which way, that isn't really the main issue here. The main issue is how Roman Hawke acted after Margo's death. The main thing that Roman did was make this GoFundMe to cremate Margo and do a bunch of post-mortem bollocks. There's so much on this let's just read it, right? Celebrate Margo's life with a memorial. And look, people donated to this thing like heavy, $2,845. That is no small feat. And in only 33 donations as well. There are 33 ballers out there spending a couple of big ones on this thing. Speaking of which, as you'll see, if you're astute in any way, shape, or form, the goal here is 4,000 bastard dollars for a fucking dead bearded dragon. I know human funerals that don't cost that much. What is the plan here for the funeral, the cremation? Are they doing that thing that the Vikings used to do where they put the dead body on a huge boat and then send it off and fucking burn it to the ground? Or river, I guess. Or ocean, right? Whatever you want to call it. I don't want to be fucking pedantic here. What is going on here? I've just clocked, by the way, because I've moved my desk a little bit. The rim light isn't exactly bouncing off my head the way I want it to. So just give me a second and don't comment about any inconsistencies or whatever. I'm mentioning it now so that you don't go mental in the comments, because for some reason, this rim light is a huge point of contention. Ah!
You okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. The rim light's falling. It's heavy.
No. Right, do you want a hand?
Don't doubt my strength.
I don't.
Oi! Don't even justify your doubt of my strength. But yeah, back to this bloody funeral. Is Roman Hawke organizing like fucking Slipknot? Is Slipknot hired to sing at this funeral? I don't know why I picked Slipknot of all bands, but fuck it. They probably cost a bit more than $4,000 to be fair. Hello everyone, my name is Roman Hawke and I was most known on the internet in 2020 for Her Name Is Margo, and since then my life has changed. Margo was born on the 28th of January 2018 in Navarre, Florida, and soon came to be mine that year. Her life was filled with love, bugs, and adventure, and a lot of food, as it so happens. She never knew how adored she was online. She never knew the amount of love she had from strangers on the internet. She was my first responsibility and I made sure to keep her with me as long as possible. From graduating to moving from, I don't know these states. I'm not American enough for these. What is AL? What state is AL? Alaska? Oh, Alabama! Wait, the Alabama flag is just the England flag, but a cross. It's St. George's cross, but it's an actual cross.
Or like a big X, like don't come here.
Yeah. When you go to Alabama, it literally says, do not enter Alabama. She is beautiful inside and out. She is the biggest fighter I'd ever seen. I mean, you're writing these jokes yourself, Roman Hawke. I'm sorry, pal. And you know what? Fuck this. I can't be asked to read this whole fucking pile of bollocks. And we're skipping the GoFundMe fucking description and moving on to the next bit of this controversy. Now, Roman Hawke has had a big response to, I guess, the internet's response to the death of Margo. And that's where this whole thing stems from, because they've gone fucking crazy. They've crashed out in a fursuit. A lot of people think that they're scamming their audience for a fursuit, and the actual donations are going to be spent on a fursuit. Oh my god. It's not made. Honestly, I love the internet. I love the internet. People being fucking weirdos makes my job so easy. You guys have no idea. I don't even need to tell jokes after. All I need to do is like show things on screen and go like, this is weird. This like not normal, is it? I would never crash out in a fursuit personally. That would be like horrible if I did that.
Do you not say your persona was a camel?
Yeah, my persona is a camel. I've already got the eyelashes for it. Let's learn a little bit more about Roman Hawke first, because I think it is important for context before we get to the whole response to this entire drama. But yeah, I don't know. That's me stuttering my fucking mind out and trying to save it is what it is. Just use the fucking video chapters if you want to skip to the reaction bit. I'm on Lemsip. I don't know what's going on today, but I'm just chatty as fuck, man. You know what it is? My ADHD was really bad today. Like, you know, anyone with ADHD will know this. It's like, the closer you get to doing something, the harder it is to actually do it. So today, everything was set up for me to record. The lights were set up, the recording was done, everything was ready, and I just couldn't do it. So I was sat there for like 3 hours trying to record, but every time I would press the fucking record button, my hand further away from it and I was doing some other shit. So I'm not in recording mode right now, if that makes sense. I'm just in Jesse mode. So that's why I'm just mental right now. I don't know, man. But sorry, this is way off topic. Let's get to Roman Hawke. Advertising their OF. Because that's like their second biggest platform. They got TikTok, they got OF, and that's it, really. I can't show this account. It'll get me demonetized. Just for some verbal descriptions of those TikToks, it's Roman Hawke, like, bouncing about so that their tits bounce as well, and there's one where they stick their tongue out, and there's a bunch of transitions and shit, like a fan edit of themselves. It's like, just OF advertisement stuff, really. And then this is Roman Hawke's magnum opus. It is the muzzle mutt pocket pussy with this lovely image here that also needs to be blurred. Naz, your job is going to be very difficult today. There's a lot of blurring that needs to be done. Oh, look at this. I have a chance to win and spin. Oh no, spin and win. I can win a Roman Hawke pocket pussy. Let's do this shit. No, wait, I need to put my email in. No, I don't feel lucky. I don't want to do that actually. You've seen her. Now you can feel muzzle mutt. No screens, no limits. So what they've done is they've taken pictures and scans of their pussy and then made a pocket like a sellable mold of it that like their fans can buy. It's this here.
Oh my god.
Naz, you have to blur this, Naz.
You've got the asshole in.
Oh yeah, they do have the arsehole. They've had to like scan their arsehole to make a mold of. Imagine if I did this. I should do this.
No.
I should make a mold of of my pussy and put it on the internet for all of you to buy.
No.
Would you buy my pocket pussy?
No.
The Dankyjabo pocket pussy?
No.
Oh my god.
Is that like animated person? Is that them animated?
No, I think this is just regular advertising. This is it, man. I love the internet. This makes my job so easy. Like, this is just guaranteed watch time.
But to be fair, like, who's the celebrity made like a candle that smelled like her asshole?
Need to not talk as much. This is like a fucking soggy what's the name? Soggy mangoes? Mango lemon? Stephanie. Oh, rotten mangoes. Rotten mangoes. Okay, Muzzle Mutt is raw, untamed heat. An adult content creator and dominant social media powerhouse who oozes sexuality with every breath. Thick thighs linked with chaos. You know what? We don't need to read this. We're done with this. This is unneeded. Okay, so here's how they do it. They take the perfect picture. So there's some poor souls had to like take a picture of their arsehole. They craft it in 3D. There's like a whole team of people who look at this person's pussy and like craft it, and then they production and molding, and then this is the ultimate fan set. This is you when you buy Roman Hawke's pocket pussy. Oh my god! So these are pictures of people trying the pocket pussy. Jesus Christ! It was fabulous, but I wish it was the real thing sexy. So this picture here is just a picture of a man's cock absolutely consumed by this pocket pussy, and it's quite disturbing. You could buy a mystery pocket pussy. You reckon there's some fucking sad soul out here who like blindfolded, they could just try a pocket pussy and go, yeah, that one there, that's Nikki Sky. Oh, this one, oh, that's Roman Hawke. Oh, this one, I would never ever forget the feeling of that incredible labia. That has to be Jiminy Bob Jimblestein. I don't know porn stars' names, I'm sorry. Okay, I don't want. I've just tried to scroll and it's hit me with a pop-up. I can get 30% off the Muzzle Mutt pocket pussy. You know what? We can move on from this because this video is definitely getting demonetized.
I used to have hoop dreams until I found out there were other ways to score. If you're gonna be my bitch, you have to be obedient. You cannot be a whore. You cannot be a 35.
Okay, so in the week that Roman Hawke was begging for $4,000 for the bearded dragon's funeral, 65 of the pocket coochie mold things was sold at $125. So if we do the math, 125 times 10 is already it's over $1,000, right? So if you times that by 5, then you got well over $4,000. Then you got an extra 15 on top of that. They can well over afford this bearded dragon's funeral. I don't mean to pocket watch here or pocket pussy watch here. You know, because maybe there's rent or whatever that covers it. But surely this pocket thing is not the only source of income for Roman Hawke. And also, you don't need a $4,000 funeral for the bearded. You don't need a funeral so glamorous to where you need to solicit donations from the people who watch you. Especially when you post content like this semi-regularly. Me getting paid over $50K a month just to post my mirror pic. So if posting just a mirror picture gets you $50K a month, then with what you're doing now, you'd be making way over that. Or you were lying about making $50K a month for some weird narcissistic like, oh, look at me, I make so much money type shit. I'm gonna do that one day. I'm gonna be like walking about like all the fucking shitty rap like R. Kelly and that walk up. I'm gonna have like a necklace with my fucking name and face on it, dressed in gold and silver and shit. And I have like 3 watches on each wrist. I'm like the Iron Man. If I ever make a video and you're watching me and I'm wearing anything more glamorous than a normal t-shirt, just know that I've gone way off too far and you need to stop me. Humble the fuck out of me, I'm telling you. My own home, just me. I can walk around naked, film in every room, I can focus on work, plus second job, extra income. Oh my god, life is about to get good. And then a picture there where their tits are out, just again, censor that. I know it's already censored, but censor it more. Don't censor the tattoos though, because everyone needs to see how shit those that is like Pinterest tattoo final boss. Those are like Happy Meal tattoos. Now, another important part of this discussion is Roman Hawke's furry hobby, I suppose. He's got a career in furryhood, which is totally fine, I suppose, but then part of that you know, part of that career is it's an expensive hobby to have. I don't know why I'm calling it a career. It's a hobby, but it's a very expensive hobby. Because fursuits are fucking expensive, like. So much so that people have assumed that the only reason Roman Hawke would ask for $4,000 is to get another fursuit made. If you look at this website here, just the head of a fursuit is $3,350 to $4,050. And these are just fursuits that you're buying, like, online. From what I'm aware of, like, in the furry community, to make an actual sort of fursuit that is based on your actual proportions, they need to do this strange thing where you're stood there and they cover your whole body in, like, duct tape or something similar like that to get, like, your exact proportions for the fursuit, and that shit must be, like, extortion. Now, that is an assumption, to be fair. Like, we don't know if Roman Hawke's intentions here are to scam their fans out of $4,000 just to buy another fursuit. It certainly wouldn't surprise me, but there's not enough evidence for that accusation for me to just levy it against them. Like, there's so many things that this could be a scam for, or maybe they do just want to set the dumbest funeral ever for this bearded dragon. Maybe because it was so fat, the cremation costs extra. Like I said before, post-mortem, a lot of people were debunking the claims made about Margo, so here's a video of Roman Hawke talking about Margo when Margo was still alive, and then some screenshots directly after those claims, I guess debunking them or showing why Roman Hawke is lying, supposedly.
Margo randomly started laying a lot of eggs. One day she was free roaming, and she was walking around, and I heard a crunch. I looked down, and a piece of my jewelry, like one of my very small earrings, and at the time a nose stud of mine, had fallen onto the floor off my desk, and she ate them, very small. I immediately took her to the emergency vet to where they x-rayed her and said they were going to pass normally and they did not need to do surgery, but her uterus was septic.
Pause to read, simple Google search, and they've used Google AI as a source here, so, I mean, we're already in for a great start. No, female bearded dragons do not have a uterus, instead they have oviducts, which are part of the reproductive system that connects to the cloaca, whatever. I think this is harsh, like, they probably very obviously just identified the uterus and the what's it called, the oviduct. They're clearly talking about the oviduct here. Like, we're arguing over semantics.
I had also noticed the tip of her tail becoming dark, so I brought that up to them as well. I was like, hey, her tail is very stiff at the very tip. I'm concerned about that. And they said it was most likely a correlation between that and the infection in her uterus.
Tail rot in bearded dragons is primarily caused by bacterial infections that occur when the tail is injured or compromised. I mean, I just don't know if I'm cool with Google AI being used as the main source here. Like, if the vet said that, I think the vet knows what they're talking about. And yeah, Roman Hawke might be a liar every now and then, but like, I don't know, just to claim that they're lying so blatantly over what the vet said, I just don't think it's fair.
So literally the next day, Margo had a hysterectomy and her tail amputated.
Because her uterus went septic.
Okay, this fursuit crash out we're going to talk about a little bit later. We're skipping ahead here. They've got a bit too excited. So this is the very important post, really, really, like, huge, pivotal moment where Roman Hawke explains and breaks down each and every step of the $4,000 that is going to be used for Margo's funeral. So let's have a look at their justification of the whole thing. Margo will be departing with me on Monday/Tuesday next week. Just got the address to ship her, and her services will be started soon. Okay, here we go. Services. Removing skeleton from body for cleaning, cremation of the rest of the remains, custom urn, keepsakes, plaque. $1,500. I'd be willing to bet the majority of that just goes towards the custom urn. Necrosis, autopsy, and testing of the tumors. $1,350 plus tax. Do you really need an autopsy? It's a bearded dragon. We know how it died, and even, I don't know if that's necessary. Shipping supplies for a body, insulation, 48 plus hour, coolers, secure cooling box, shipping box, $300. Shipping, $200 overnight to specialist and $200 overnight back home, $400 total. So $200 shipping overnight? I don't know about that, man. $400 shipping to and from does sound a little bit ridiculous. $3,550 total. GFM takes a large chunk of fees, which is why it was rounded up. GoFundMe does not take that fucking much. I mean, this is just a simple Google search, hopefully not using Google AI. Let's just see what GoFundMe takes. Payment processors collect 2.9% and 30 cents from each GoFundMe transaction. That's one of the first times in my life that I've used the word cents, by the way. It felt good. Now, look, let's just be nice and round that up to 5%. Let's say GoFundMe takes 5%, which we know that's over double the amount it actually takes, but fuck it, why not, right? If we take $4,000 and then take 5% off of that, we get, what, $3,800? Which is still $250 more than the $3,550 that you are claiming this whole process takes. So even in your price breakdown of the whole thing, you still couldn't lie enough to bring it up to the level that you wanted it to. Okay, here's someone breaking down the GoFundMe for Margo, and this is a Roman Hawke snark subreddit, so grain of salt, but let's give it a read. We'll see how legitimate this sounds. Plastic bag freezer is about $3 to $5. Paper towels or absorbent pads are about $2 $2. A shipping box or styrofoam cooler is $10 to $12. Again, we don't need to go through this whole thing, but I mean, to put it lightly, it adds up to a whole lot less than the amount that Roman Hawke was claiming it is. Which makes sense. Like, I don't believe those numbers that Roman Hawke is... The custom art, like the custom stuff makes all the difference here, because it could be like some crazy fucking... They could want the Mona Lisa painted on this bitch. Here's their Instagram story reacting to everyone's disapproval of Margo's overweightness. I hope your closest loved one dies and you don't get a... That's fucking unhinged. It is pretty rad. I hope your closest loved one dies and you don't get a moment to process or grieve because everyone blames you for it. And then a heart there. That is the most facetious heart that I've ever seen in my life. Closest loved one. Is your bearded dragon your closest loved one? And it's a little sad if that's the case. I mean, I get it to an extent. Like, your pet's just died. You're clearly sad or wound up about it. It's gonna affect you emotionally. And then you got everybody on the internet claiming that it's your fault that the pet died. I'd understand why that would annoy you a little bit. I have some sympathy there, I suppose. But either way, this is a completely this is like if I punched you in the face and then you stabbed me 27 times in the chest. But watching you wish death upon their loved ones isn't a justifiable action. Not like we wish death upon Margo. What happened, happened, and I'm sorry people are being dicks, but don't go wishing ill upon others isn't a good look on an already fucked situation. I think that's a very fair and mature, normal response to this entire thing. To which Muzzlemot, aka Hawke, Roman, whatever, I don't necessarily give a fuck. They are treating me like this when someone so precious and dear to me died. I hope the same for them. So they're doubling down on Twitter. They're not retracting anything. They're completely doubling down. You know, to an extent, I respect them for sticking to their morals, even if I don't agree with those morals necessarily at all. This is them responding to death threats that they were receiving about Margo's death. And as you can see, there are 0 comments on this thing, which I assume is because comments were turned off, because, I mean, there's a lot of conversations people are having about this shit.
That's demented. You spent this much on a fossil. 4 years ago, when I had the money. You neglected Margo and you're born instead. I work in my house, by myself, in a room for an hour a day. Not even.
Maybe try working for 2 hours a day. You know, you'll make twice as much money. Or better yet, 3 hours. Or, you know, 8 hours a day. Like most people do. It's funny that if you work more hours, you actually end up earning more money, and maybe you could afford the, you know, the cremation yourself.
Y'all can reach me. Y'all are fucking demented. Y'all are sick. Hell, there's a lot of other heinous shit I want to say, but I don't give a fuck anymore. The death of my literal daughter.
It's not your literal daughter. Like, literal... Let's not, you know, use the word literal here. You can consider your lassie bearded dragon a daughter or whatever. Like, a lot of people say, oh, this is my baby, my son, my boy, when they talk about a dog or a cat, and it's like, it's fine, it's cute or whatever, but don't use the word literal. You know, daughter's fine. It's not your literal... That's not... You don't know what literal means. I fucking hate how the word literally has been bastardized. It's like, words have meaning, you know? We should use them.
My baby, my everything, warrants death threats for shit I didn't even do. Wow.
Well, you did feed it, to be fair. You seem to have fed it a lot. You made a lot of TikToks about how fat it was. It's not like it, you know, went to the fridge and just picked out a beer and started drinking it on its own accord. You were fucking feeding it loads of bearded dragon food. What do bearded dragons eat? They eat bugs, do they? Maybe Roman Hawke just had like a cockroach-infested house and the bearded dragon was having at it. But yeah, bottom line, those sending death threats to Roman Hawke over the death of a bearded dragon are demented. I do really need to question how many death threats are actually being thrown at Roman Hawke for this sort of thing. I've been in controversies before. I never got because whenever an influencer is in a controversy, that's their go-to. They go like, oh, the death threats that I've been receiving. I understand that I might have done something wrong, but to threaten me and my family is unacceptable, and you should never do it to like gain sympathy or whatever. So when I went through a controversy, I was expecting like, I'm going to kill you, I'm going to kill your mum, I'm going to kill your dad, I'm going to kill your goldfish. I didn't get any of that. I got a lot of abuse, I got a lot of bad words and horrible things being said to it. There were no death threats or threats upon my family. There was a lot of like weird digging and like sort of pseudo investigative shit where they found people close to me that I didn't realize would happen. There were no threats though. Someone found found my girl's account and messaged them that I was cheating on them, so that was pretty fun. Just, I don't know, man. The death threat thing to me just, it always comes across as like a means of garnering sympathy, like a really pathetic means of garnering sympathy. The GoFundMe has been deleted. I will somehow come up with the rest myself. I cannot handle everything going on. What do you mean you will somehow come up with the rest yourself? Like, yeah, that's what normal people do. When a regular person can't afford something, they don't start a GoFundMe for it, they work for it. Why is it like a foreign idea for Roman Hawke to work for an amount of money that they want to use on a completely excessive funeral? When my girl's cats died, they just dug a hole in the garden and chucked them in there. They weren't like, we need to take our 2 Maine Coons and chuck them on a fucking shipping boat and send that boat over to Loch Lomond and have the Loch Ness Monster find it and burn it! Yeah, this is just completely out of touch, but the GoFundMe has been I will somehow come up with the rest myself. Just fucking shut up, you mug. If you can't handle everything going on, maybe wishing death upon people's family members isn't exactly gonna help. Like, were they expecting to post that and for everything to just die down? Like, oh, you know what? I get it now. We're not gonna send abuse anymore because you wish death upon my father. Here's an animal cremation specialist talking about the price of cremation, so I feel like this is a pretty reputable person to go to.
Margo, the bearded dragon. I am an animal cremation specialist as well as a taxidermist that specializes in bone harvesting and pet memorials. So, unsurprisingly, I have been asked my opinion on this situation. Y'all are being scammed. Do not donate to that GoFundMe, because there is no world where cremating a bearded dragon is $4,000. The company that I work for, we would charge under $300 for a complete private package for the cremation of a bearded dragon. So I don't know where $4,000 is coming from. And yes, that includes a customer. And as a taxidermist, yes, full body skeletal articulation is expensive, especially for a lizard, but $4,000. No, don't donate to that GoFundMe. Plus, that lizard was neglected to the point that it died. Bearded dragons have a lifespan of like 15 to 20 years, I'm pretty sure. And if I am correct, Margo was 7. So I don't know what the hell that 4,000 number came from, but I'm 80% sure that they're going to spend it on a fursuit because we all know those are expensive because yes, animal cremation is expensive. Yes, taxidermy is expensive, but not that expensive. Holy crap.
I bet that one. I'll believe that one because it's from, you know, someone with actual experience, like an expert, you know what I mean? And they're saying that the bearded dragon was neglected. They probably have a lot of experience around animals, so I'm a lot more inclined to believe the neglect of said bearded dragon. I had no idea their lifespans were meant to be that long. And for it to die at 7, yeah, like, there probably was something going on there. They obviously weren't sat there, like, knowingly neglecting it. It was the biggest point of, like, the content. They obviously were trying to give it a good life because just business, even, like, completely selfishly, even if they're a complete arsehole, they know this bearded dragon is why I'm famous. If the bearded dragon stays alive, then so does my career. They want the bearded dragon to stay alive. They just maybe didn't know enough about caring for them and ended up making it fat as fuck. Or maybe they thought this bearded dragon is like the crux of my internet career. Maybe if it dies, I'll have another spike in popularity. That is a really morbid thought, actually. I don't think I want to go there. I sort of clock what I was saying there. It's like, oh, that is fucking horrible if that's true. They posted this video that went really viral. It got deleted soon after because they sound a little unhinged, but yeah, we'll give this a shot.
Let's have a real talk, because content creators are fucking people. I never asked for a platform. I just made silly little videos with my lizard because I thought it was fun. I thought it was funny and it was entertaining. I never asked to blow up from Her Name Is Margo. And ever since then, I have been put on this pedestal to create and put on a show and do marketing and do PR lists and do collabs while my grandmother was exploiting me.
Ah, be quiet. This is just so lame. Are they even crying? I feel they're making the crying noises, but I feel like there's nothing actually happening. They've gone a little red, I suppose, but there's not really any tears there.
And I just want you to imagine you are put on this pedestal with millions of people watching you, expecting one thing every single day, and you can't even do anything you like to do.
You know the internet well enough to know that, like, if you're in a imagine if I responded like this. This is not how the internet works. You can't respond to controversies like this. Yeah, you can't get on camera and start crying at the start of the video and go like, oh, have sympathy for me. Being a content creator is hard. Because being a content creator is seen as like one of the most privileged jobs in the world. So when you complain about it being like so difficult, imagine being a content creator, having to only work 1 hour a day and make 50 grand every month. Imagine being in that situation. It's horrible. It doesn't really run well with people. You know what I mean? Here's another problem I have with this. We'll listen to this bit again.
And I just want you to imagine you are put on this pedestal with millions of people watching you, expecting one thing every single day, and you can't even do anything you like to do because they only want to see what they want to see. And they don't want to even know anything about you.
So here's the thing, right? You could make videos that people don't want to watch and suffer the view loss for it, right? You could. There is nothing stopping you from doing that. But you are deliberately choosing to make the videos that you don't want to make to keep that viewership. So when you say you didn't consent to be famous or have people watch you, you making those videos specifically to cater for that audience is you consenting to have that audience and doing something that you don't want to do for it. You can't simultaneously say, I didn't ask for this, and then explain to everyone how you literally asked for this. I don't know if that makes sense to you guys. I feel like I'm not explaining it as well as I maybe could. But the bottom line is, no one's stopping you from making stuff about you or sitting down and talking about yourself. You could do that. Also, the way that you talk about never wanting to have blown up, it's like, do you not like your career? Do you not like the position you're in? When that My Name is Margo video blew up, were you sat there like, oh no, like crying, like to sleep over that sort of thing? Or were you thinking, oh my god, this is like really exciting and epic and fucking awesome? Yeah, probably the latter. So like, as much as you weren't exactly consenting for millions of people to watch you, it's not as though it was a bad thing at the time. It's just now it's backfired because you acted like a bit of a clown.
Imagine you're a 17-year-old child. You're a child. And you join a little trend and now you have millions of eyes watching you. You were a child. And then ever since you were a child, for 4 years straight, you have endured threats, you have endured doxing, you've endured exploitation, endured death threats with guns, so much violence. You get in detailed DMs of how somebody is going to murder you. And then as soon as you get to be an adult and you're like, hey, I've had this hobby since I was a child. Ever since I was 11 years old. I have liked furry stuff. I've liked these anthropomorphic creatures because I love animals. I love dinosaurs. I love nature. And because of that, people hate you even more and want to harm you even more.
Well, clearly that hate wasn't enough for you to stop doing the type of content that is garnering that type of hate because the money was just too good. I've had people threaten to dox, when the whole Smart Schoolboy 9 shit was going on, I came dangerously close to getting doxed a bunch. If my online security wasn't as ironclad as it is, I would have been doxed by multiple people. And for a lot of people, that would be enough to scare them away from the internet. But for me personally, because it's a dream that I've had since I was a child, and I mean, to be honest, the money was good as well. It wasn't enough to drive me away. And clearly, it wasn't enough to drive Roman Hawke away either. Obviously, it's not great. Like, those things should not be happening. But again, to claim that you didn't consent for you to be seen this way or whatever, when you post a video to the internet publicly, especially once you already have an audience and you're expecting people to watch it, that is you consenting. People didn't watch the My Name is Margo song against your will, right? Against your consent. You can say you didn't expect the fame, but to say you didn't consent to it is disingenuous in my opinion, or a misunderstanding of what the word consent even means.
Where we're going wrong with the actual fucking issues in the world with children dying, the absolute genocide in Gaza, the absolute economy crisis in this world that I can't even have a 9-to-5 job to pay for a decent apartment.
Wait, they've gone full Jaden Smith here, complaining about the political and economic state of the world right now. 9/11 was bad! Yeah, this is just more complete out of touch, like, oh, you can't criticize me because there are really bad things happening right now. And using the fucking, like, genocide and, like, these horrible situations to drive attention away from you is, you are unknowingly doing something, like, pretty shitty right now. Which has been this entire fucking situation, to be fair. Like, you are unknowingly doing something shitty and life-threatening to the bearded dragon, and then you unknowingly put a GoFundMe out that pissed a lot of people off. You made this video where you unknowingly come across as severely out of touch and ridiculous and really dumb and ungrateful as well, among anything else. Like, you're in a very, very good position financially and, you know, like, job-wise. As content creators, I feel as though it's important that in spite of the downsides of the job, you need to remember you're in a position that most people would fucking kill for. So when you complain about the job or any aspects that pertain to being in this line of work, I feel like having that in the back of your mind is necessary to sound not horrendously out of touch, if that makes sense.
That I can't even have a 9-to-5 job to pay for a decent apartment, that I have to exploit my body body online to make my fucking bills. And just because I incorporate my little hobby in there to make some extra cash, I'm disgusting and I deserve to die. You can ban from schools now for wearing a fucking costume, which nobody fucking does. Sorry if someone barks at you, get the fuck over it. And then I'm sitting here told to get over it, it's not that serious because I'm upset about my death threats. Get your goddamn priorities straight and treat us like people. Content creators are people.
I think remembering that content creators are people is, all in all, a very healthy and good thing to remind people of, because it is very true, and it is very difficult to forget that content creators are people. I mean, I myself, as a content creator, find it very difficult to remember that sometimes as well, so I can't imagine, well, I can, because I used to not be a content creator, what it's like for someone who is just, you know, a completely normal individual who isn't really on the online world to forget that as well. But everything else in this video is just a bunch of it's just a bunch of bogwash. Like, I'm not a fan of this at all. I don't think Roman Hawke is necessarily knowledgeable of how they come across here. And I don't think that, I just don't think this was a good idea. It's like they've tried everything. They tried threatening their audience. They've tried wishing death upon their loved ones. That didn't work. So then they tried garnering a bit of sympathy. That didn't work. And then what came next is maybe the worst one yet. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the infamous fursuit crash out.
So, I'm at my wit's fucking end. I'm wearing a suit head because I haven't showered in a few days because I just can't bring myself to even fucking take care of myself right now. Your loved one dies. Something you cared about more than anything, and all you wanted to do was give a restful life as they got older, and they die of cancer. Cancer, something no one caused, something no one could prevent. But it's my fault. I caused cancer? Cancer? Are you fucking kidding me? Cancer?
You can definitely cause cancer in your pets, surely. Surely, if you're like a smoker and you have pets in the house, that surely increases the chance of the pet getting cancer, right? Okay, this is like way too wordy and actually this is like way too educational, like unironically, so we can't go through it in this video. But yeah, look, I don't mean to be too pedantic here. I'm sure that they didn't directly cause the cancer if that's what the bearded dragon actually died of. But I do believe that being an overweight pet does increase the likelihood of, like, having a pet that's fat will increase the likelihood of cancer the same way that being overweight in humans also increases the risk of cancer. So if you overfeed your pet and make it fat as fuck, then they get cancer partially because of that, then you have partially caused the cancer. Like, you could have prevented it, at least for like a certain period of time. Because when you look at pictures of like healthy bearded dragons, it's very easy to tell that your bearded dragon, Margo, wasn't healthy.
Margo was obese.
Also, why the paws as well? Like, you've got the mask on because you've not showered, but why do you need to wear the paws too? You're just having fun with this at this point.
Young. As I got older, she was put on a diet treatment. Lost all that weight, but still had a little bit more. You want to know why? Because her uterus went septic. She was refusing to lay some eggs, and I had to take her to the vet. She had to get her uterus removed and half of her tail amputated, which cost me over $6 grand to save her fucking life. Her tank was set up the way it was for her own fucking safety. And if you ever even knew Margo, like none of you ever fucking did, you would know she didn't like to climb. She didn't like to be up in high spaces. She preferred to sit and bask. She preferred to crawl around, sit and bask.
I wonder if she was fat because she didn't move, or she didn't move because she was fat. It's correlative, causative, you don't know exactly. Like, I just don't know if they... But again, we have to take Roman Hawke's word for it here, if you believe to trust them, which they haven't exactly shown themselves to be the most trustworthy individual.
And how do I know that? Because she was my fucking pet. She was with me 24/7. Not any of you. You're making up lies about how Melon died when she arrived with an upper respiratory infection and it killed her within a week from the breeder. You lied about how Lemon died, saying Margo jumped into and taken him. No, he was in the care of my mother. My mother left the door open, left his lid open, whatever the fuck. And he got out, got married, and I came home to him dead. That wasn't my fault. I wasn't there. And another part, Duffy is a female. I don't own a male. And for all the other fucking people saying, like, the 4K, do you not know that the necropsy, autopsy, the payment for the shipping her body overnight across the fucking country, the payment for the services, the payment for the urn, the payment to ship back, all of that fucking adds up. Saying I'm using this 4K to buy a new fursuit, why the fuck? I'm moving. I'm in the middle of moving. I have so much other things to think about than a stupid fucking costume. I'm wearing this because I look like shit. I haven't had a single fucking moment to grieve. I haven't had a single fucking moment to process anything going on. You were using screenshots and shit from 5 years ago when I didn't know proper husbandry, and you're just like, oh, that's still going. Go fuck yourself.
I mean, you just don't need that glamorous of a funeral for the fucking bearded dragon. If you've got these other things going on, you're moving house, you're financially not in a great place right now, then just sort of tone down the glamorousness of the funeral or the cremation or whatever. You don't need this incredible custom urn. Just calm down a bit, man. Be a little bit more financially responsible. I don't think I'm crossing any boundaries by saying that. It's just genuine advice. Also, I understand why the internet thinks you are responsible for the death of a lot of your pets. Like, you've named 4 pets there that have all died before they were supposed to, right? It is a wild coincidence that there is a miraculous reason that doesn't involve your fault at all for all 4 of those pets. It's like when you meet someone who's had like 6 exes and all of those exes were fucking crazy. And you're sat there going like, if you're the one with all these exes, and you're saying they were all the problem. Maybe you're the common denominator here. Maybe you were the actual problem. I mean, it is wildly coincidental to have 4 pets that all died under mysterious circumstances earlier than they should have.
Let's finish my makeup while I air out some of my opinions on the Roman Hawke situation. Now, I will say, while I do have a lot of opinions on the actual specific Margo situation, I just happen to have a lot more opinions on him as a person, and specifically as an influencer. Now, in regards to the specific Margo situation, I will say I do have 2 cats, 2 birds, 3 dogs, and 1 leopard gecko. So if I wanted to, I really could speak on it. However, I personally want to talk more about something that I haven't seen a lot of people talk about. So there's a video of Roman that I'm fairly certain has been deleted now, where he is stating that he did not sign up to be an influencer and that he did not consent to get all of the hate that he is getting. Now, as somebody who did blow up kind of unprompted, if you will, that is a load of horse shit. First of all, when you start a public profile on any platform, you are automatically consenting to the idea of it being seen by millions. You are automatically consenting to the idea of blowing up in general. And when you do actually blow up, you have 2 options. You could either revel in the moment, enjoy it while it lasts, and move on, or you could decide to go the route of being an influencer. Now, I, much like Roman, did not initially think that I was going to blow up. Most of us don't go into being on TikTok at all with the idea that we're gonna blow up. And a lot of the times when we do blow up, we actually have multiple chances to decide whether or not we want to continue with it. When I first blew up, I didn't want to be a TikToker. I didn't want to be an influencer. It was a video of me doing voices for my hero characters. And I was like 15, and I knew that it probably wasn't the best idea for me to stick with that, and so I didn't. I continued to just post whatever I wanted, but I didn't interact with an audience because I didn't want an audience. However, last year I blew up again, and that is when I decided that I was going to start taking this seriously.
This is all pretty insightful stuff, because it's a very different situation from what I was in, to be fair, where obviously I'm making commentary videos. It's not really something you do as a hobby for most people. Like, I'm making these videos for the purpose of eventually making it a job. And luckily for me, it became a job very quickly. So thank you all very much for that, by the way. Cheers, really appreciate it. Whereas for TikTokers and people who just post videos for fun, like the Margo song, for example, I fully believe that they didn't post that video expecting or wanting it to garner the millions of views that it eventually did. But like this lassie's saying in this video here, yeah, when you make a video that goes that viral, you have the option to just enjoy it for a hot minute and then make videos about yourself that people don't want to watch because you don't really want to be an influencer, but maybe you have a little more of an audience than you did before. Or you could go the route of going balls deep into the influencer life, which is what Roman Hawke decided to do. And I'm guessing along that journey, there's a lot of points where you can choose whether to continue or stop there. I mean, you can do that at any point in your journey as an influencer. Like, I could do that right now. I could just not post anymore and live a life that is more akin to a average human being. But just like Roman Hawke and a lot of other influencers, I don't want to. I like it here. I consent to all of these people watching me, if you want to put it that way.
That is exactly what Roman did. He decided to take it seriously and go the influencer route. And when you decide to go that route, you are automatically consenting to what comes with being an influencer. Much like how working retail, you automatically consent to the fact that you're gonna have to be dealing with a lot of shitty customers. On the internet, you have to deal with a lot of hate. It's simply part of the job. However, the difference with influencing is that it is one of the most lucky jobs that a person can have in the world. You get paid to sit in front of a camera and talk. And yes, hate does come with that. And when you become an influencer, you're aware of the fact that hate does come with that. So yes, Roman, when you decided to be an influencer and you decided to go that route, you did consent to the hate. Now, obviously, none of us want to deal with the hate. None of us want to have to look into our DMs and see death threats and people saying that they hope we would kill ourselves. I'm not saying that the hate should be necessarily a part of the job. I'm just saying that it comes with it, so please do not twist my words. Because obviously the hate can be a lot. It can be very, very draining. But it also comes from a place of privilege to receive that hate. Roman, again, when you decided to be an influencer, you consented to the fact that not everybody was going to like you. And that's fine. Not everybody needs to like you, okay? No matter how good or bad of a person you are, there will always be haters and defenders online for you.
That's a good thing, by the way. If you're an influencer or just a person in general, you don't want everyone to like you. Because if everyone likes you, then you're manufacturing your personality around something. You're being fake. If everyone likes you, you're fake as fuck. And usually when you attempt to make everyone like you, it doesn't fucking work. Because in an attempt to make everyone happy, you'll end up making no one happy. Like Nicholas II, former Tsar of Russia, about a century ago. That's a good one for all the history nerds out there. Anyways, you know the old saying, when you start referencing Nicholas II, former Tsar of Russia, it's time for the video to end. They've been using that saying for years now, and I think it applies to this situation more so than any other in history. Before that though, let's go over the comment for today's video, which is a bit of a strange one. So obviously a few videos back, I went over the allegations of being easy to draw. A lot of people either proved that wrong or right by attempting to draw me, although the ones that were good were very clearly, like, hard. Like, people put a lot of effort into it. No one just mindlessly drew me in a way that was easy, right? So I think those allegations were, personally, incorrect. I am not easy to draw. But if you want to prove me wrong, I'll pose right now. There you go. It's a good one, that. You can use that if you want. Either way, right, the whole point of this is I got a DM from a very, very nice person. I don't know why I'm talking like a fucking weirdo. But they messaged me basically saying, you know what, I'll find the messages actually because they were unreal. I don't respond to DMs very often, but this individual, they came in with so much swagger that I couldn't help myself. Okay, so I don't have the exact message, but they mentioned me in a story, as you can see here. And the story said something along the lines of, Dankyjabo, you're not easy to draw. I'll admit that. I gave it a shot. It was fucking shite. It was pathetic. But when I look at you, I think, you know what you are easy to do? You're easy to turn into a Mii. You know, them wee, like, bobblehead things that you could make on the Wii and the Wii U as well. God bless the Wii U. But yeah, you know what a Mii is. So my audience will definitely know what a fucking Mii is. And if you don't, then I truly feel for you. And I responded, I back that. My Miis were unbeaten, which they were. It was such an enticing mess. How could I not respond to something like that, man? Literally bought a Wii the other day for like 60 bucks and I was like, I could make him. Big up all of my viewers who watch me on the Wii, by the way. I want to have a look at the end of this video. After all this, I want to see how many people watch me on the Wii. Because there is a way to check. And here it is. Behold, Danmiijabo. It's even got a great name to boot. I don't know, it looks pretty fucking good. That's not bad at all. Like, I'll give her that. This is it, Naz. Put my face next to it. Obviously, they couldn't get the, like, the beard as correct as they probably were hoping. So they just gave me, like, a little bit of a Soul Patch Gap Year Stoner vibe. If any of yous can do a better job, I'd be happy to see it. Send it to me on Instagram or put it on your story and tag us. And whilst you're at it, follow my Instagram. Why not? Vain as fuck. Numbers go up equals happy man. And if you want another funny anecdote regarding this whole thing, a couple days later, I went to my girl's house and she was trying to, like, plan things for my channel and, like, the future channel that I'm planning to start. And they thought it would be a good idea to make a Mii of me and put it as like a profile picture for one of these things potentially. And let me tell you, the disappointment on her face when I told her that a fan had already beaten her to it. Oh my, it was, and you know what? I have a voice message here that I sent. So let's play this voice message for all of you to see. Hi there, mate. So my girlfriend is sat down on this chair and she was about to pitch an idea to me where she made me a Mii for I'm not sure what for. What was it for?
Like your profile picture, but also like your stream icon.
And when I went and told her that you've already beat her to it, shit, you should have seen the fucking look on her face when I said, "Oh, sorry, a viewer of mine's already done that." And it was a combination of sad, angry, disappointment in herself and in me. So.
Thanks for that.
You fucked it for us, mate. I'm sorry to tell you. Enjoy your day.
You've done a better job too. That was like the most, and I was like, fuck. There's no
Is theirs better? Theirs is better than mine. So there you go. Pretty funny that. Anyway, now to see how many people watch the Dankyjabo YouTube channel on the Nintendo Wii. How many people find my videos via the Wii remote controller? Bet you a couple of those weirdos have nunchucks attached as well.
What's wrong with the nunchucks?
Nothing wrong with the nunchucks, but why would you wear them when you're watching fucking Dankyjabo?
Always ready.
For what?
Tennis. Wii tennis.
Always ready. It's not, Wii tennis doesn't just jump out at you unprompted. You have to like pick it out and go to it.
Don't know when you're in the mood for tennis. Also, I think it's safety first. You don't want your telly getting wrecked.
The nunchuck doesn't protect the no, that's the strap. The nunchuck is the, what do you mean? Also, you don't use the nunchuck for Wii tennis.
Yeah, you do.
No, you just whack it. You think the nunchuck is the strap. See, this is it. She's not a proper Nintendo fan.
No, the
she
nunchuck is the fucking long thing that you use as the remote.
It's not that long. No, you don't know. Yeah, you have the Wii remote and then nunchuck. It's how off topic. You know what? I've got your watch time now. We can go off topic because this is the end of the fucking video. It's this thing.
Oh.
Yeah, you were thinking it was. You thought it was the strap on the Wii remote. This is what she thought it was. No, you are a fake fan. Genuine. That's really disappointing.
Sorry to the one Nintendo fan out there.
What? One Nintendo fan? You think there's one Nintendo fan watching this channel? You don't know my audience at all.
I'll have a look at your stats and we'll find out that I've offended the one Nintendo
fan. Just because you don't watch me on Wii doesn't make you not a Nintendo fan.
You know, I've noticed whenever you have the camera on, I lose the ability to speak in sentences. I always stutter. It's like a nervous thing.
You're horrible on camera. Must run in the family. Because your dad's horrible as well. Her dad, whenever her dad's on camera, he does this. Hello, everyone. Today we're talking about running. He's a running coach. Fun fact, Noah Lyles trained my girlfriend once. Noah Lyles called my girlfriend fat. That's our biggest flex. He was running she was running up the track. She did like a jump start and it was very impressive. And Noah Lyles said to her, the exact words, "You got a lot of power, but that weight gotta go."
He's lovely. He is lovely.
She has to say that. She has to say that.
He was right.
Oh, no, yeah. So 10,000 people watch me on the Nintendo Switch. There's no Wii, though. When I was, like, starting out, there were 2 people who watched me on the Wii. But I guess no one does anymore. That's so sad. I must have lost those viewers. That's so sad and also so anticlimactic. Yeah, maybe they upgraded to Switch, to be fair. Okay, that was only the last 28 days. If I change that to the last 365 days, here we go. 17 people have watched me on the Wii. So to those 17 people, big ups to you, more than I could ever fucking imagine. The first one is to put on your Instagram story a picture of you watching me on the Wii and tag me in it, I'll follow you back. Because that is just the stuff of legends. But you know what? That's definitely been enough of me today. You're probably sick of seeing my big fat noggin on your screen. My editor definitely fucking is. And either way, yeah, I think we're done here. Hopefully you all enjoyed the video. And if you did, be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you all on the next one, hopefully, if I've not put you off with this one. Bye.